Let's go right now to NewsNation's Joe Khalil, live for us on Capitol Hill. Joe, let's get to that Trump executive order signing bonanza just moments ago in the Oval Office. He's issued an ultimatum while signing those orders to Hamas.
Yeah, it's almost hard to keep track of how many headlines were made during that sort of informal question and answer as President Trump was signing these executive orders. Elizabeth, the news that he provided there actually sort of trumped the executive order news at the beginning. This ultimatum that he has apparently given to Hamas midnight on Saturday. He says if all of the hostages are not released, then the ceasefire deal, cancel it. In his words, he said it's going to be a whole different ball game if Hamas does not comply. And then he said this. Take a listen.
Just aren't returned by Saturday at 12 o'clock. I think it's an appropriate time. I would say cancel it and all bets are off and let hell break out.
Now, prior to tonight, we have not heard anybody give a date certain. He also at one point did say that the leaders within Israel, then the IDF and the government, could potentially supersede that. I've been trying to see if in this short time Israeli officials have responded to that. Don't have anything yet on that. But again, foreign policy sort of stole the show there. As he was signing these things, we also have several headlines in tariffs now, 25% on steel and aluminum coming in from anywhere outside of the United States. Those were proclamations, not executive orders. The orders that he signed today had to do with undoing some of the efforts that tried to phase out plastic straws beginning in the previous administration. There's another executive order that is directing his Justice Department to pause prosecutions of Americans that are accused of bribing foreign government officials trying to win business in those countries. And there was also, by the way, news that he issued a pardon or is planning on issuing a pardon to Rod Blagojevich, the former Illinois official convicted of public corruption. Remember, at that time, trying to sort of sell off former President Obama's vacant Senate seat.
Right.
So all of that happening in just the last couple of hours.
Very quickly, why a proclamation and not an executive order on the tariffs, the promised 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum?
Yeah, I'm not sure there, other than by executive order. Usually that applies to things that are law within the U.S. I'm not sure if there's a legal distinction between proclamation because it's simply dealing with foreign entities coming in. That may be something that we have to check there, but definitely making it a point to say that those were proclamations coming from the White House today rather than the list of the executive orders that he signed today in addition to those.
Joe Khalil, thank you so much.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.